My dear child, the angels want you to know that something sacred and unseen has just happened. Someone from your past, someone who has not spoken your name for many years, recently did. They did not say it with anger or carelessness. They spoke it softly, almost like a prayer, as if they were holding a memory that never truly faded. And in that simple, quiet act, something powerful was set into motion. The silence that once existed between you and them was broken, not only here on earth, but in the higher realms. Heaven heard it. The whisper of your name echoed through the divine space, and the angels immediately recognized that this moment was not just about remembering, it was about revelation, healing, and divine timing. In that sacred silence, where memories had long been asleep, something gentle began to stir. It did not happen through loud words or dramatic gestures. It happened quietly, between two heartbeats, in the stillness of a soul that finally dared to feel again. Your name rose from their lips like a forgotten song. The world around them may have stayed the same. The sky did not change. The earth did not tremble. Yet the spiritual world shifted. Heaven had been waiting for this moment, watching with patience and compassion. And when it happened, the angels leaned closer, for they understood the deeper meaning behind that whisper. It was not merely remembrance. It was a sign of awakening. You see, beloved, this person did not simply remember you. They felt you. The energy of your presence touched their heart again. It was not born from regret or guilt, but from a quiet tenderness that had grown slowly in a corner of their soul they once avoided. Time had not erased your connection. It had simply hidden it beneath layers of fear and distraction. But the truth is, there are certain bonds that even silence cannot break, and this connection between you and that person is one of them. When they spoke your name, it carried the weight of longing, recognition, and love that still lives within their spirit. That whisper was not just a sound. It was a prayer, a call from one soul to another. It was their spirit acknowledging something their mind could not deny anymore, that some connections are eternal, even when years pass, even when words are left unsaid. The soul remembers what the heart once felt. The angels heard this whisper and responded instantly, sending waves of divine energy across both of your lives. They are guiding this moment now, reshaping the energy around you both with love, healing, and divine purpose. For a long time, dear one, you may have carried unanswered questions in your heart. Perhaps you wondered if they had forgotten you completely, if what you once shared was gone forever. Maybe there were nights when you closed your eyes and silently asked heaven, "Do they ever think of me?" The angels want you to know that your prayers and tears were never lost. They were collected by the divine, held safely until the time was right for answers to unfold. And now, that time has come. The whisper of your name has begun to move the energy of destiny once more. The angels explained that this person did not stay silent out of indifference. They stayed silent out of fear. Fear of facing the depth of what they felt. Fear of being vulnerable. Fear of love that felt too real to control. The timing then was not right. Both of your souls needed to grow, to learn, to heal separately before you could meet again in truth. But now, something in their soul has shifted. Something within them has begun to awaken, pulling them gently toward the light of what was once between you. This awakening is quiet, like the first light of dawn. It comes not with grand gestures, but with subtle realizations. They are remembering the warmth of your smile, the peace your presence brought, the way your laughter softened their heart. They are not replaying arguments or pain. They are remembering the love, And though they may not have spoken to you directly, heaven has heard everything their heart has been trying to say in silence. The whisper of your name has become a sacred signal in the divine plan, a sign that the energy between you is being rewritten. Angels are rearranging the threads of destiny, bringing balance where confusion once lived and peace where pain had lingered. What was once broken is now being gently restored, not through control or effort, but through divine grace. This is the slow, beautiful unfolding of spiritual healing. The angels want you to understand, dear one, that this is not merely a story of romance. It is a story of souls. Whether this moment leads to reconciliation or simply to peace in your heart, it carries divine importance. Your connection was always sacred. It was a bond born not from chance, but from divine design. The whisper of your name did not just travel through air. It traveled through time, through memory, through spirit. Heaven responded because your energy, your love, your truth still hold power in the spiritual realm. You were never foolish for believing in the depth of this connection. You were not naive for feeling that it was special. The angels confirmed that you were right. This was not an ordinary connection. It was a soul bond, one that stretches beyond the limits of time and distance. And now, something within that bond has begun to glow again. Your energy and theirs are aligning in a new way. The divine does not rush. Everything in heaven unfolds in perfect timing. Right now, your angels are weaving a new chapter, one that may look very different from the past, but carries the same sacred thread of truth. This person's soul has grown. Their heart has softened. They are being guided toward healing, toward forgiveness, toward clarity. They are beginning to see the truth they once could not face, that love like yours does not come twice in a lifetime, even if no words have been spoken aloud yet. Heaven hears what is said in silence, every unspoken thought, every quiet moment of remembrance. Every prayer you have sent into the air has reached the divine. The angels whisper back to you now. You were never forgotten. You were always loved. The energy between you has never died. It has simply been waiting for divine alignment. Take a deep breath, dear child, and allow the truth to settle gently within you. Feel the warmth of that whisper wrap around your heart like sunlight after a long night. You are not alone in this. The angels are beside you, holding space for healing, guiding your path toward peace and fulfillment. Whether this journey leads to reunion or closure, it will bring your soul exactly what it needs to grow and be free. You may not yet see the results of this divine movement, but trust that the universe is working quietly behind the scenes. The whisper of your name was not random. It was a signal, a divine spark awakening new possibilities. That small, sacred moment when your name left their lips created a ripple that reached the highest realms. The angels took that sound and transformed it into energy that now flows into both of your lives. This energy is not meant to repeat the past. It is meant to transform it. The pain, confusion, or heartbreak that once existed between you is being replaced with understanding and compassion. The divine is offering you both a new beginning, not necessarily a romantic one, but a soulful one, built on truth and spiritual maturity. You are being prepared for blessings that match the new version of who you have become. Sometimes, beloved, healing doesn't come with words or apologies. It comes in the quiet moments when someone finally feels your absence and realizes what you truly meant. It comes in whispers, in prayers, in a sudden wave of emotion that reminds them that love never really disappears. That is what this moment is, a sacred remembering, a spiritual awakening. Even now, This person may be unsure of what to do next, but in their soul, they have started to look toward you again, not as a dream or a ghost from the past, but as someone who represented truth, depth, and love. The angels show them standing at the edge of their own transformation, holding their heart in one hand and the past in the other, trying to find the courage to face the truth. They are beginning to realize that some doors were never truly closed. They were simply waiting for the right time to open again. The angels call this a moment of willingness. It means their soul is now willing to see, to understand, and perhaps to return. That whisper was not only a memory, it was a choice. Their spirit has chosen to remember you, to reach for the light of what once connected you, and heaven has responded with compassion and guidance. You may not yet see changes around you, but trust that a shift has begun. You might feel sudden waves of peace, moments of calm, or even a deep sense of hope that seems to appear from nowhere. These are signs that the divine is working. Heaven has heard both your longing and theirs, and now divine timing is guiding what comes next. The angels are aligning paths, clearing obstacles, and preparing hearts. This process may take time, but it is sacred. What begins with a whisper can grow into a divine transformation. You are being guided not to chase or wait, but to receive. The universe wants you to open your heart to what is meant for you, whether that is reunion, closure, or a new form of love that reflects your soul's highest truth. Remember, beloved child, the angels do not see your pain as wasted. Every tear, every sleepless night, every prayer has been heard and transformed into light. Your love was never lost. It has become a part of the divine energy that now surrounds you. What is meant for you is already moving toward you, guided by unseen hands. This moment, the whisper of your name, was heaven's way of reminding you that your story is not over. The divine is still writing it, and this new chapter begins with faith. You are being led to a new garden of blessings, planted in silence, watered by divine grace, and destined to bloom in perfect time. Every step you take from here will be guided. Every breath you take is part of your unfolding miracle. So hold yourself gently. Let the past soften without needing to rewrite it. Let forgiveness cleanse what once hurt you. Let gratitude fill the spaces where pain used to live. You are entering a season of quiet restoration. You are being guided toward peace, love, and divine clarity. The whisper of your name did not just awaken memories. It awakened purpose. When someone speaks your name with love, even after years of silence, it sends a message to the universe that the energy of truth still lives. It becomes a bridge between hearts, a channel for divine healing. Heaven listens closely to such moments, for they carry the vibration of destiny. And so, dear one, know this: heaven has begun to move in your favor. You are not forgotten. You are not unseen. You are not waiting in vain. You are part of something beautiful, something eternal, something that began long before this lifetime. That whisper was the sound of love remembering itself. It was your soul being called by name, not just by a person, but by the divine plan that has always held you in its embrace. The angels are saying, do not fear what is unfolding. Everything that is happening now, every feeling, every sign, every quiet realization is part of your soul's awakening. Trust the timing. Trust the process. Trust that what was meant for you will find you again, healed, renewed, and filled with light. And when you doubt, return to that sacred truth. Your name was spoken in love, and heaven listened. That single whisper reached beyond time and space. It carried not just sound, but the essence of connection, remembrance, and divine promise. It reminded heaven that love never dies. It only transforms. So breathe, dear one. You are standing at the beginning of a new dawn. Let your heart open to it. Something divine has begun. Born from silence, born from love, born from heaven's perfect plan. Dear child, the angels come close again with a message that flows from the same light as before. A continuation of the story heaven has been telling you through quiet signs, through the stirrings of your heart, and through the moments that feel both familiar and brand new. Something gentle but deeply sacred has awakened in the unseen realms. It began softly, like a ripple spreading across still water, just before it grows into a wave. It came from a heart that once remained silent, a heart that was tangled in its own hesitation and fear. This heart once wanted to speak truth, but did not yet know how. It once loved, but could not understand what love truly meant. And now, after all this time, that heart has whispered your name again, not loudly or dramatically, but softly, almost like a prayer that escaped before they could stop it. That whisper carried energy, a wave of emotion that had been hidden for years. It carried memories of innocence, moments of tenderness, and a sense of recognition that something precious was lost but not gone. When heaven heard it, the angels did not hear desperation or regret alone. They heard vulnerability. They heard the sound of a soul beginning to open again after being closed for too long. And in that moment, a divine portal opened, a place of healing, of reconnection, and of gentle renewal. The whisper of your name became a bridge between two souls that had drifted apart, but were never truly separated. The angels want you to know that the person who spoke your name is no longer the same as the one who once walked away. They have changed. They have been shaped by time, by lessons, and by their own quiet battles. Yet beneath all those changes, they are returning to a softer, purer version of themselves, the version that once felt safe with you. Time may have made them wiser, but in their heart, they are beginning again, learning to feel without hiding. Their emotions are raw, fragile, and uncertain, but they are real. This person did not stay silent because you were easy to forget. They stayed silent because remembering you made them feel everything they tried to suppress. The love, the guilt, the regret, the wonder. They pushed away your memory not because they wanted to lose you, but because they didn't know how to hold what you represented. You reminded them of light, beauty, softness, and truth. And for a time, that truth was too much for them to face. But something has changed. In a quiet, unguarded moment, maybe while listening to a song, seeing an image, or feeling the echo of a dream, your memory came back to them, and without planning to, they spoke your name aloud. The moment they did, heaven listened. The whisper carried their unspoken truth, everything they had once buried. It carried the love that never truly died, the guilt they tried to hide, and the realization that what they felt for you was never just passing emotion. It was something eternal. And that single whisper, so small in the human world, became enormous in the spiritual one. It marked the beginning of their awakening. The angels say that this awakening is not only about remembering you, it's about them rediscovering their own emotional truth. They are learning to feel again, to be honest about what their heart wants. This is a sacred moment, the return of emotional honesty. It is a heart reopening after years of silence. The spiritual realm sees this person now as someone on the edge of transformation. They are awakening because the memory of you has stirred their soul. You were never forgotten, dear one. You were hidden beneath layers of confusion, pride, and fear. But now those layers are falling away, and underneath, what remains is something soft, real, and undeniable. You, your compassion, your kindness, your energy, left an imprint that never faded. You believed in them when they couldn't believe in themselves. Your light stayed, even when your presence didn't. What they feel now is not obsession. It's realization. It's understanding the depth of what they lost and the purity of what they felt. This doesn't mean they are ready to rush back into your life with perfect words or perfect timing. They are still growing. Their heart is still learning how to hold something precious without breaking it. But they are feeling, thinking, and hoping. They hope for a second chance, for forgiveness, for a moment to be seen by you again, not with judgment, but with compassion. And even if they never find the courage to reach out, the energy of that whisper has already changed your life. Heaven heard it, and heaven responded. You may not see it yet, but a new wave of energy is forming around you, an energy of joy, healing, and divine opportunity. The angels are preparing you to receive love again, not only from this person, but from life itself. The whisper of your name has called in blessings that will touch every part of your heart that still wonders if you were ever enough. The angels say clearly, you were. You always were. Their whisper is proof. Even if they never tell you, even if they never show it, what they feel still lives inside them. And now that feeling is awakening, growing, and calling out to heaven. Love does not disappear. It transforms. Sometimes it takes time to mature, silence to teach, and absence to reveal what truly matters. The one who left is learning this now. And you, beloved, are being asked to hold this truth with grace. Every tear you cried was seen. Every night you questioned whether they ever looked back. Heaven heard you. And now, the answer comes softly. Yes, they did, and they still do. Your name was never just a name to them. It was the sound of something they couldn't finish, but are now being called to understand. The whisper of your name was not a random act. It was the beginning of divine movement. When they spoke it, heaven stirred. The angels listened closely, not only to the sound, but to the emotion behind it. It carried wonder, regret, gratitude, and awakening. It carried a vibration strong enough to shift destiny. This is not merely the return of a person. It is the return of truth. It's a reminder that love never vanishes. It simply waits for readiness. The person who once walked away has spent years trying to understand what they lost. They filled their days with distractions, victories, and other faces, but nothing compared to the depth they felt with you. You weren't just part of their story. You were the part that taught them what real connection feels like. Now, as they whisper your name again, they are not doing it from confusion. They are doing it from realization. Their soul is more grounded now, more aware, more humble. This is the start of a journey back to authenticity. The angels see them differently now, not as lost, but as learning. They are being shown how to carry love with integrity, how to protect what is sacred, and how to respect the depth they once took for granted. And because they have begun this inner work, you are also feeling a shift within yourself. You may sense new peace, new readiness, or a quiet excitement that something meaningful is coming. These feelings are not random. They are spiritual signs. The divine is weaving your name into a new story, one rooted in healing and truth. The connection that once seemed broken is being rewritten in higher energy. This is not a return to chaos or confusion. It is the quiet rebuilding of what is meant to last. The person who once ran is now being guided to stand still, to face their truth, and to understand the depth of what you gave them. They may come back slowly, with hesitation, but this time they will come with sincerity. And if they do not appear right away, trust that the energy between you is still active. The angels are working behind the scenes, aligning both your hearts for what is next. You are being asked to stay patient and open. What is meant for you will not pass you by. It will arrive, not rushed, but right on time. The angels want you to release fear. You don't need to chase or wait in pain. You need only to receive what heaven is already preparing for you. This moment is sacred, dear one. The whisper of your name has changed the spiritual atmosphere. It has called forth new truth, new beginnings, and new blessings. Heaven saw what you endured, the silence, the wondering, the heartbreak. None of it was wasted. Your love was never lost in the void. It planted seeds in the unseen, and now those seeds are beginning to bloom. The divine has taken that small whisper and turned it into motion, movement that will bring clarity, healing, and renewal. The person who once buried their emotions is now facing them. The tower they built to keep you out is crumbling, not as punishment, but as awakening. The whisper of your name shook their world, tore through illusions, and brought them face to face with the truth. They never truly let you go, and this collapse is not destruction. It is sacred reconstruction. The divine allows false walls to fall so that truth can stand. What is collapsing now is the denial, the fear, and the pride that once separated you. What remains is what's real: love, respect, and connection. And though this transformation may be quiet or invisible to the world, heaven watches it unfold like the first sunrise after a long night. You may feel this shift, a strange stirring in your chest, a sudden sense of peace, or even waves of emotion you can't explain. That is the energy of divine movement. It's the signal that your story is entering a new phase, one where what is true will rise, and what is false will fade. Do not be afraid of what is changing. The collapse of illusion always feels uncertain, but it's the path to freedom. The whisper of your name was the beginning of their reckoning, and through that reckoning, something sacred will emerge. The love that is meant to be yours will not die in silence. It will return purifying, strengthened, and ready. Your heart, once broken, is being prepared to hold what is genuine. This is not about chasing the past. It is about welcoming the future, one built on truth and divine alignment. Heaven is guiding both of you toward clarity. The angels remind you that your energy was never wasted. Every act of love, every prayer, every moment of faith was seen and recorded in light. Even when they tried to erase you, your spirit remained bright, unshaken, unforgettable. Now the map back to truth is visible again. One step at a time, the path is clearing. Let yourself release the pain, the longing, the unanswered questions. You are not being asked to wait in sorrow, but to trust in divine timing. What is falling away now is what no longer serves your growth. What is rising is what has always been yours in truth. The whisper of your name was not small. In the spiritual realm, it thundered. It opened the gates that had been locked by fear. It awakened hearts that had fallen asleep. It reminded heaven of the prayer you once made: to be loved in truth, to be seen in light, to be understood without needing to beg for it. That prayer is now being answered. So breathe, beloved. Let peace settle where pain once lived. You are not waiting anymore. You are preparing. The silence that once hurt you has begun to speak. The love you gave has begun to return, not in the same form, but in divine form. Whether it arrives through this person or through someone entirely new, the vibration is the same: sacred, healing, eternal. Heaven heard your name. The universe is responding. The energy that connects you to love, to faith, and to divine timing is moving again. You do not have to force it or fear it. Simply stay open, stay grounded, and stay kind to yourself. For when love is real, it never disappears. It only waits for truth to be strong enough to carry it again. And now, truth has spoken through a whisper, through a heart awakening, through the soft and steady voice of heaven saying, all that was lost is finding its way home.